Hey everybody! Recently I stopped in a place called Storming Crab. I did a video on them about 2 years ago, a little after they opened. Storming Crab is located in Henderson. It is a franchise. They have several locations around the country. This place happens to be the closest seafood place near my house. This place has really nice decor, a full bar. It's a very comfortable place for me to get seafood. It's not as busy as some of the other places, and I don't have to drive as far. And they have a pretty cool visual effect. Once you enter, near the entrance they have a beach. The very first time I stopped in here, I was actually contacted by their marketing team, and I came in and did a video for them, so all the food was free. And since then I made a couple of other visits, but it's been quite a while, so I decided to stop in and see how it was now. I knew that the prices would be higher because it's higher everywhere, so I'm not going to really get into the prices. If you're really interested, check out their link in the description below. But I remember that Storming Crab had some really good fried baskets. I wanted to try their catfish and their fried cod, which is their fish and chips. The cod, I remember, was really good. They were more like thick nuggets of flaky white cod. So their fried cod is a little different. It's not one fillet that's fried, it's a bunch of these nuggets, but they were thick and flaky, and the cod was delicious. I mean, this was incredible. I love fried cod. So I wouldn't consider this your classic fish and chips. There are a lot of places you can get fish and chips. Even Gordon Ramsay has his fish and chips place. There's a lot of seafood places that serve fish and chips, but this is the only place I know that have nuggets of cod. With all the many different seafood options here at Storming Crab, it's kind of funny that I remember their fried cod the most. It's one of the things that came to mind, and I wanted to try it again because that was the experience that stood out in my mind. So I stopped in here to get some fried cod and maybe a pound of crawfish because I love the crawfish boils with the sauce, and I was just gonna have a small meal. But then the owner and management threw in some extra items like crab and lobster. So this turned into another seafood feast. But some people don't like the seafood with this kind of sauce. But did you know you can get it without the sauce? Storming Crab, as well as other seafood boil places, can do it without the sauce. Like my video from Urban Crawfish, where we ordered the blue crab. The blue crab is seasonal, but we got it without any sauce, just boiled. And you can order sauce on the side. You can get drawn butter or melted butter or their spicy sauces or their Cajun sauces, just about any way you want it. For the blue crab at Urban Crawfish, we decided to just get it plain because we wanted to preserve the natural taste of the blue crab. And also at Crab Island, in my other video, this is Pier 88 versus Crab Island video, I got blue crab, clams and mussels in just melted butter. So it came just drenched in the butter, and it was awesome. If you want to see the full videos on these other places, I'll leave links to my other seafood videos in the description below. But yeah, you can get these just with melted butter or just plain and get sauce on the side. So if you wanted to just get a pound or two of snow crab legs or king crab or lobster just boiled, you can do that. And you can get your butter sauce on the side. And you can just add your own lemon and butter the way you want to do it. If you're looking for seafood buffet, there's some in Las Vegas that have some decent quality shellfish, crab and lobster. Some of them even heat it up for you. They have warm options, but most of it is chilled. They're also mass produced, so I don't know if the quality is as good as some of these seafood boil places. This is the selection at Bacchanal Buffet. It's probably one of the best buffets for seafood. They have some decent quality stuff, but they're all chilled except for a couple of items. I think you can definitely fill up on the seafood. The pros and advantages of going to Bacchanal is you pay one price and you could eat as much as you want. And they have tons of options. I had a good time here with the seafood. It was pretty good and I got my fill. It's just that there were so many other options and you can only eat so much. If your objective was to eat seafood, sometimes you might get sidetracked, especially when you see like prime rib or some really interesting things. You can't get sidetracked, and before you know it, you filled up on other things and you didn't really get all the seafood that you wanted. Because they do have some interesting looking options and it looks really good, but a lot of people find the quality at the buffets to be a little less than quality. Like if you were to go to a steakhouse, you can get a lobster tail and steak and it'd be great quality. They have variety for sure. So if you're not too picky, you could have a good time at these buffets. I usually find myself wanting to try so many items that I get really full, and I didn't really get the seafood that I came for because I filled up on other things. But you definitely have the option, and Las Vegas is a place for buffet experiences. These seafood boil places are an incredible trend right now, a fad. Like, these are popping up all over the place. There's so many crab places. Crab Island, Crab Corner, Crab Shack, Spicy Crab, Angry Crab, just about any kind of crab you can think of. There are some other well-known places for seafood in Las Vegas, like Palace Station. They're famous for their pan roast if you can ever get in or don't mind waiting 3 hours. This is Legends Oyster Bar, where you have more seafood options. I like Legends Oyster Bar for their seafood platters. It is all chilled, but they can do just about anything you want and you can customize these. I had the biggest seafood tower ever at Legends Oyster Bar, and I had a really good time with it. It was just expensive because I added king crab. Now back to storming crab. This is storming crab's lobster, so they're about the same size as most other places. I found the quality to be pretty even across the board. Most of the seafood places have their snow crab legs, lobster, king crab. It's just the prices are so high now if you have the money to pay for them. I love going to these places with the seafood boil bags. The sauces are really good. And as I mentioned, you can get them plain and get your drawn butter or melted butter on the side. Storming Crab also has fresh oysters. They can do oyster trays for you. You can get half dozen, you can get a full dozen, and they have lobster, king crab, everything. I'll tell you some of the reasons why I like Storming Crab so much is it's very comfortable. And I love their cheesy bread. Yes, believe it or not, their cheesy bread is so good. I always start off with these things. They never disappoint. It's a great way to get my appetite going. I had such a great time with the king crab on my first trip when I was filming, but it's expensive, and let's face it, we can't eat king crab all the time. The price is just way high, but they have plenty of other seafood options. I believe if you check out their menu, you'll see that they even have some Chinese food items, so a very versatile menu. But I'm really in love with their fried baskets. Their fried catfish is super good, and of course their fried cod, and I've already shown you some of that fried cod. And they have a full lineup of just about every kind of sauce you want for your fried fish, whether it's your classic tartar sauce, malt vinegar, or anything else, hot sauce, or the seafood boil sauce. You can do it any way. I really got addicted to these spicy crawfish. Well, I don't get it that spicy anymore, but the seafood boil sauces are usually good just about everywhere you go. Now, the sauces do matter quite a bit, and I do have my favorites, but most of them I find to be pretty decent, so I'm happy with any kind of a crawfish boil where they have this Louisiana style Cajun boil sauce. The crawfish meat is not quite king crab or lobster, but it's more about the sauce and the experience. And with a couple of fried baskets, I'm really satisfied with this kind of a seafood place. The best seafood I've ever had was probably at a famous seafood place on my vacation to Vietnam. I mean, the prices aren't going to be lower because they import these from Canada, Australia, America. I mean, but it was incredible. And there's seafood everywhere, but as you know, seafood is pretty expensive. But anyway, that's going to do it for me for this video. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.